getting this party started. How you doing? Did you miss me?
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, you say that to all the old ladies.
No, I don't.
Oh my God. She said, no, I don't. You guys were not here. It was hysterical. Some guy comes here, right? And he says something and he looks and he says, because I like cougars, and he looks at Haley.
Oh my God.
And we're like, what is that about? I want you to be very careful with this, and I want you to apply this lightly. Put that away so you don't lose it. That means I love you.
Thank you.
I brought cookies today.
Oh, did you really?
We also brought Rice Krispie treats. I just took one.
Wait, and you ate that?
No, it's still in. It's
It's a real crate. Okay. Yeah, I got. Oh my goodness! Look who's here! Oh my goodness! We going live in a minute.
Yeah, we're already live.
We're live now. I didn't even know it, but that's okay. We've been live this whole time, and who knew I was talking about La Mer that I'm hoping is going to sponsor us. Every time you see these white streaks around my face, anytime there's a wrinkle, people must think I do like tons of cocaine, but it's La Mer, and it will change your life. When you have chapped lip on top, when you're a kid, you keep going like that, and you lick it. I looked at him and said, is he worth the $50? Yeah, I said, yes. It's like $50 a dab, this stuff. How do you think I look like this? I get my hair braided tightly. All right, that's how black women do it. They say black don't crack because it can't move. It's so tight. It's so tight. I went from black woman to black Asian lady for you. For you, I make this joke. I'm so kidding. Let me tell you why I'm so grateful. First of all, that I got here exactly at 7 o'clock. How did I do that? That's what the cops said when they were looking for me. I am so blessed in so many ways. First of all, that you're all here. And that the craziest things can happen in life that you don't even imagine. So I went through this horrible grieving period, right? Grieving. Mi tia se murió. I have a fight with the other tia, and she died. One thing you guys don't want to do is fight with your aunts before they die, because you don't know what's left in those text messages after they die, okay? Where someone else reading is saying, did you actually say this to my mom? You know what I mean? But I'm like, that's okay. She's your mother. I knew her first. She was my tia. So out of nowhere, I come in touch with somebody I haven't seen in 50 years. Wow. That's a long time, right? And this is someone, when I tell you protected me, when he saw a fork sticking in my arm, he was like, you're not going to keep doing this. It's a scary story, right? What's so funny about it is that the person who did it looked at him and said, you're next if you got something to say. Now sit down and finish your dinner. So I'm so blessed to have Clarence Walker here. I just want you to come up for a second, Clarence, before Anya runs on me. Anya, did you know this is my cousin?
No, I didn't.
Yes, this is my cousin. This is from please, his mother was my designer, okay? I mean, she was so fierce. How fierce was she?
Very fierce.
and with what else?
The iron cord belt, razor strap, switch, you name it.
And he's not even trying to be funny. So I'm just going to share this with you before we start, because you talk about true love. He's like, I'm going to be there Saturday at 11 o'clock. And I was like, I'll be there to pick you up. I don't know where I'm going. You guys know I'm from Jersey. I just know Wilshire, Westwood, Olympic, and everything in Farsi. It has to be Persian, or I don't know. Somehow, this poor guy, when I tell you what happened to him.
All right, so I was coming from Atlanta, and I sent Sunda a text. I said, who catches an Uber to Atlanta airport to catch a Greyhound? How about the Greyhound bus came by, left 8 of us sitting out there. This was like 8 o'clock that night. So I got on the phone and I called them and I said, well, the airport done put this barrier out in front of the Greyhound stop. And so the bus just going by because they can't pull over there, and left us all out of here. She says, well, all of you guys missed the bus, so you can't do anything. I said, that's what your policy said, but it doesn't say anything about the bus missing us. So some said, take a picture. So I took a picture of it, and I sent it to them. And when I sent them the picture, they seen that it was blocked off, and then they gave all of us rescheduled. So then I had to go from Atlanta airport to downtown Atlanta in an Uber, the second Uber. It had to leave 5 o'clock in the morning. Wasn't supposed to be there until late that night. Somehow or the other on this trip, the bus ran out of cooling for the air conditioning. They changed buses. When they changed buses, and when we get to Phoenix, the 1 o'clock bus I was supposed to get me here at 10 o'clock, they canceled that. 2 minutes, this bus is getting ready to leave. I'm on the phone. I said, listen, you need to get me on this bus right here. I finally got here, but we got here earlier than expected. So,
Tell me
yeah.
how early.
Let's see. It was like,
Okay, Clarence.
I think it was just maybe like 18 hours early.
Yeah, it was early.
Yeah, it was early.
And so I just got to give a round of applause for making it here from Georgia.
Almost didn't make it.
Almost didn't make it, but when you know you're fierce when you pull up from Buck's Head, Georgia, and there's a white girl behind the wheel, okay? I got Haley with me. She's got a diamond in the top, like sunroof. She's digging the scene with the gangster lean. She's from Chicago. It didn't bother her to be downtown L.A. at 5 a.m. in the morning. The cop tells us to move. She goes, She's crazy. It's a brother, too. He said, look, we getting ready to give you a ticket. So I see Clarence, and I said, oh, just let him in. The guy said, no. Isn't that crazy? Haley is a tough white woman. Do you hear me? Are we not going to miss her when she leaves? Is she not getting the biggest party before she leaves? So thank you, Clarence, for sharing that story. Don't you fall. So it's really nice to have family in my life. So I just wanted to share that with you because you guys are my family. You know that. Whether you want to be or not, you're my family. Anya has to hear something from me 4 o'clock in the morning, an idea that's come to mind. I just see him as an animation. So if we get, I just see him as, like, watch the Jackson 5 cartoon, guys. Show him the Jackson 5. And when kids used to laugh. Did you ever see it, Anya? The Jackson 5 had a cartoon on Saturday mornings. You didn't know that? And you know how you got your records? On the back of the cereal box. You would cut the circle out and you would play it. Y'all don't believe me. Oh, my God. I feel like I'm in the Twilight Zone or maybe the senior citizens home. I don't know which one I'm in, but I'm not a senior citizen. I'm a new ager. And so many things are going on. Is that you making that noise? You stop that. Because you know I can't hear. I'll think it's a mouse. And you know I'll leave your ass here too. You know that. So I wanted to say so many things. It's like this. You got to get your stuff done. Guys, you're talking to me, and I don't know where I'm going to be. You know what I mean? I don't know where life takes me. You're doing the right thing. You're getting the headshots done. Don't spend a lot of money on your headshots because you're going to change. You're going to change. We're going to change. This kid's going to change. Don't spend a lot. That's why you got a good thing with Jason. He might book a really big job, you know what I mean, and leave, and we don't have that opportunity. You know, if things aren't on time, get it done. Get as much done on tape, on content. Somebody asked you to do a podcast, and I'm going to tell you a lesson I learned. You don't know this station was called E a long time ago, E Entertainment, and there was a guy on there. I forgot the name. I love him. He's going to kill me if he sees this. He's a nasty guy, but I love him. And he used to always say one thing, Hollywood, it's a bitch. And it is, you know? You want to be famous, you think, but it's a bitch. I don't like the sound of this. I don't like the sound of this. What do you think, Anya? Am I distorted?
No,
Not really?
The sound sounds fine.
Does it really?
It's just louder. I think a little louder than normal. I think the speaker's usually on that side.
I have no idea. Maybe it's up my ass at this point, all right? Because I'll tell you, when they couldn't find my car today, it was in front of us, all of us. That's how crazy is that? And no, you can't blame the pot. Nobody saw it. Because good people don't do that. All right, handsome? And when I say handsome, I mean handsome over, because we got so much talent here, all different ages. You see what I can do when I go like that? Remember, I've got dry mouth. You've got to tell me if there's lipstick on my teeth. Both sets of chins. Kidding. You laughed too hard at that one. Wow, man, on a date, you can't be doing that. Oh, my God, you're going to be a mess. You are going to be so funny on a date. Can you imagine? His girlfriend's going to be like, honey, do I look fat in this? And he's like, what do you think? Can you imagine? All right. What was that?
I wouldn't say that.
You wouldn't say that. Okay. Well, listen, I hope I have enough cream on my face and makeup and toothpaste. I look crazy, but I'm here. And Jews can't whisper, neither can my cousin from Georgia. Georgia. I'm going to bring up the one and only Sue is coming up to the stage. Susano Jr., come up here. We'll do it after he goes off the stage. We won't do it on his set. We'll do it off his set. Thank you. What paper? Oh, thank you so much. Give it up one more time.
Hello? Oh, okay. My bad. I was gonna say something else, but I got the idea not too long ago. The other day I went to another like a comedy show. And there was this guy before me, and he said, "Put your hands together if you're not a pedophile." Saw a bunch of people put their hands, clap their hands. But I saw a couple that didn't. So when I went up there, I said, I wanted to start off with something else, but I gotta talk about this. I saw a couple people who didn't clap their hands when that guy said if you're not a, yeah. And everybody started laughing. And the guy who said that was, there was 4, he shouted out. And then I think I said, I'm kind of scared, and someone said, you should be. There was, I think, a girl up front. But let's see. Okay. I wanted to know. This is a serious question. Have you had anybody like when you were in school, who think they're super strong but they're not? Right? Like.
Don't ask the question that they don't know the answer to. You're gonna step this up differently.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, I was gonna say.
You know when you're in school, you find that guy. You know the one who thinks he's.
Yes.
Okay.
I had a, not really. He was technically a friend. And the problem was we would play tag with him. And all of I think there was like two other kids. And they would get annoyed when he would play. 'Cause you'd tag him like gentle, let's say like this. And he'd start going, ah! He'd start screaming like if you heard. I'm like, dude, you're not being murdered. Get over it. We're playing tag. And then sometimes he wouldn't just do that. Sometimes he'd be like, no, that's not fair. You cheated. I'm like, I cheated? Really? Okay, yeah. Yeah. I'll still be it. I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna find you. I'm just kidding now. But and he would always whine too. Like he was almost as annoying as one of my cousins. I talked about that kid before, and it was bad. He would always want to play, but then at the end of the day, I think one time he told on all 3 of us, me and my friends, and the teacher looked at him like, what is this kid talking about? What? They wouldn't say anything. They'd still talk to us. But he'd find some way to complain about something. But I'm gonna stop with that. Oh, like for example, for example, let's say, he'd find some way, like if you accidentally tagged him too hard, or if something went wrong, he'd say like, oh, you're running too fast. What do you mean you're running too fast? How? I'm a big kid myself. I can't run super fast. I can run fast, but I can't run super fast. I could catch up to that guy. He was a scrawny little kid. He looked like 4 toothpicks glued together in a stick figure. And I really hope he does not come to my middle school next year, because I don't want to deal with him. But
that's just an example of what my life is as a kid.
Oh yeah, I guess that's true. But I also wanted to say one time I was playing golf, and I hit the ball, but it went a little to the right, and I was worried it was gonna hit someone. And you know when you hit it close to someone, you gotta yell for. Well, in my instincts, I yelled this. I said "ee" loud as heck, and that's when my dad officially started calling me Mini-Me. Because remember when he got kicked in the movie? He went, "Eee!" But that's my time for me.
Time I have a new job for you tonight.
What is
You're
it?
gonna have to bring him up. You have to bring up your headliner next because he has to go. So here you go.
Okay.
Bring him up.
I'll bring up this guy. He's in front of me. He's wearing I know his name, yeah.
Whoa!
I know his name.
Everybody knows.
He's wearing a, I believe, green sweater. Yes. His name is Anya. Heck yeah. Wait. Not right. There you go.
Yeah. All right. My fault, y'all. I do got an improv show tonight, so I gotta be quick and get up in and out of here. But I do want to work on some jokes. So I got a show Thursday in Inglewood, so that's cool. I'll be here Wednesday though. Wednesday I'll be here full time. We'll do a whole little joint. We'll have some fun Wednesday. Excited for that. What I want to work on right now, I need to just get the main ones out. I'm trying to find new ways to do comedy, man. I'm trying to reinvent the wheel, bro. I gotta find something more invigorating. I gotta find a way to intrigue the audience. You feel me? Like I got my normal material that I can stick. Like the material is solid, but I'm like, how can I involve the audience more? My idea was, you see, I'm sitting right now. This is how I usually do comedy. I feel like standing is what everyone else is doing, and I've been sitting. I can't go to standing though, because that's like I'm just following the herd. So my thing is, I'm gonna have the audience, like the whole space is gonna be the audience. Y'all just gonna be able to stand or sit anywhere. I'm gonna hang myself from the ceiling like trapeze like this, and I'm gonna do comedy as I swing across the top of the audience. And I'm gonna do the same material that I usually do, but I'm gonna just be swinging over them. And I just think that's just a more intriguing experience for the audience. I think it's something that we would get into. Y'all fucking with it? I don't know. When y'all see it, just know this is because y'all greenlit it right here. This was Shark Tank. You was supposed to send me home if you wasn't fucking with it, but now I'm going with it. Now it's happening. For those that don't know, I do struggle with TFD. That's my struggle in life. I'm temporarily financially disabled. You feel me? It's temporary. We trying to get away from it. It's affected me in a lot of ways, man. A lot of ways, man. And recently I discovered that it doesn't even just affect, like, you know, my daily. Because the daily, you know, I start my car every day and it makes that noise the cars ain't supposed to make. But my TFD doesn't even allow me to hear that frequency. You feel me? I can't even hear that noise. There's nothing I can do about that. You feel me? People stop me on the road like, Anya, your car. I'm like, shut up. It's the remix. It's the remix to driving. I don't know. We continue. But I recently realized that TFD has started to affect my dreams. Like my visions of myself in the future have now been affected by my TFD. It's advanced to the later stages. Like everyone was like, oh, you know, everyone was talking. My homies were talking about having a dream car. Everybody's like, wow, my dream car is a Mustang GT. My dream car, you know, is a Charger. This Lexus LS, a Genesis, da da da. And I was like, my dream car is still like a extended Lincoln limo. Like that's my dream. And it's fucked up because in my dream, I'm going to everywhere I'm usually going. I'm just in a limo. Like this is more of an inconvenience than anything. You feel me? I'm pulling up to the gym in a limo. What's fucked up, even in my dream, I'm driving the limo. Like, I'm not even enjoying the experience of having the limo. Like, I'm driving the bitch. Like, I'm just parking it terribly on the street. Everybody, I block the whole block when I come home. They can't even get around my vehicle. I'm at the gym taking like 8 spots. Like, who the fuck brought a limo to 24-hour fitness? It's leg day, nigga. That's why I'm here. It's leg day. stupid, bruh. Just really driving like I'm not even in the back of the limo in my dream. I'm like, fuck, if I get it, I'm gonna just get it on discount, like used. Some company to shut down. Ain't as many proms, you know. They driving themselves to prom. Who's gonna get the limo? Me. I'll drive it. I live in Hollywood. That'd be so silly, bro. Where would I park that shit? I don't know. That's future me's problem. I'm just buy the whip. The goal is to get the whip. Then we figure out where to park it. I remember when Twilight was big, it was the Edward versus Jacob. Like that was like a huge thing. Everybody was like, "Oh, Edward versus Jacob." That shit was like white people Bloods versus Crips. That shit was crazy. I've never seen. It was some strong vigor and emotion behind it. I mean, these are characters. These are not real people, guys. But everyone was like, I was there. I was at my job. I work at a weed shop. We was talking about it. They were like, "Oh, Edward or Jacob? Edward or Jacob?" They put a little poll on the wall on the board, like Edward or Jacob. Everyone's voting. And I walked in and I was like, Edward or Jacob. I made my own separate square. They both weird. And I put a tab. They was like, wait, they both weird? What you mean they both weird? And I pitched them this. Listen, Edward versus Jacob. I watched the films. In fact, I actually read some of the books. All right. Edward, he himself is 100 and whatever year old vampire, but he's still in high school. You could go to college. You could go just live life. Like, you don't have to be in high school. This is choice. He's choosing to be in high school. Then he falls in love with a high schooler as 100-and-something-year-old man. Is this okay, Hollywood? Is this okay? He's weird. Then we got Jacob, werewolf. They said everyone's fighting Edward or Jacob, Edward or Jacob. How about whoever the woman liked is who we root for? She chose Edward in the first movie. Why are we still debating Edward or Jacob? Jacob, she didn't choose you. He's a creep. He following her around. She have a baby. He imprint on the baby. Whoa, my God. He's weird. They're both weird. I don't like either character. I, as a feminist, I was team Bella. I was team her choice. Nobody was with that. As I spoke this and I converted people to they're both weird. All of a sudden, that was number one in the race. I'm just spreading the good word. This is like my gospel. I was religious. I still am, but it's not cool to be that right now because all the races is doing that. But I could fight this. This we could start with. The Edward Jacob. Let's stop this, and then we'll get to the bigger shit. All right. Thank y'all so much for your time. I'm Anye West, ONYEWST. I will be here Wednesday, and then Thursday I will be in Inglewood. I will post a flyer later today. But we have a special guest coming to the stage. We have the originator of the person who came before me, not Andy Milonakis, the Andy Milonakis clone. And the Andy Milonakis clone creator, Susano.
Hello, everyone. So it's been talked about that my son is like Andy Milonakis, but the next generation or the better version. But he is not a grown man who looks like a child. He is a child. That's different, you know. And he would not have bologna in his pocket, I promise. I don't even think he likes bologna. He's like, "Dad, are we really having sandwiches?" Like, sir, there are people who are eating salads that threw on the floor outside. And apparently nowadays you got to be careful because we can't even have salads because now they're giving people the runs for a month or something. So see, trying to eat healthier and I can't even do it because then I'm going to get the runs for a month, and I don't even run like that. What's wrong with you guys, man? But anyways, I spoke about this the other day, but I got to talk about it again because my son brought it up earlier. Kind of made me laugh. I was driving this lady to her destination where she needed to go to. Thank God it wasn't her final destination, but I did get her there. And before we're getting there, she's like, "You going to drop me off at Rose?" And I was like, "Rose? Like Rose Street Avenue?" And I'm looking on the map, and neither one is around there. So I was like, "Rose?" "Yes, Rose. And I was like, I don't see a Rose here, miss. Are you sure you picked the right address, or is it the name of like a store, a building?" "Yes, it's a building." And she kind of like whacked her head. I was like, damn, like I'm really offended this lady. I'm sorry, Rose. And we're pulling up closer, and I was like, did you mean Ross? Yes, that's what I said. You don't know how to listen? You don't know how to read? And I was like, well, I was listening. I don't know what I was reading. There was nothing to read. Why are you getting upset with me? I thought you said Rose. I was trying to listen. It's very rare that I do that. People say things, and my mom likes to say, goes in one ear, goes out the other. I'm like, okay, Mom. Wait, what'd you say? See, that's what I'm talking about. But, it happens. That lady was very offended. She was super upset with me. I didn't know what to do because I thought I was doing a good job. I drove her there safely, but I just didn't know that Rose was Ross. I was like, it's kind of sad. Now, if I hear a guy introduce himself, hi, my name's Ross, I'm going to be like, are you sure it's not Rose? Because that lady was pissed off when I pronounced it wrong, and I just don't want to mix up your name. People mixed up my name all my life. Here comes Susano. You mean Susan? There's an O at the end. Do you not? I know that I had problems with reading. Do you also have problems with reading? But that part doesn't matter. So this lady ends up bringing up another factor of a time that I was working and loading up a liquor aisle. I was down on one knee, loading up the aisle, trying to make sure all the bottles are in the right position so people aren't thinking, oh, look, I got the cheaper price for this. No. Trying to put it in the right position. And I'm standing up and I just hear, oh, my God. But then I feel something on my back and I'm like, what the? Kind of went like this and made sure. I'm glad I did that because if I didn't, the lady would have fell. Poor thing. She was much older. I saved her from falling, and I'm like, I'm so sorry. Oh my God, are you okay? Please don't. Oh my God. No, you don't understand. I haven't been manhandled like that in a long time. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, so you're not gonna tell my supervisor? No. Oh, and then she reminded me of Rose from the Titanic because she was like, it's been 84 years since I've been touched like that by a man. And I was like, I saved you from falling. No, but you made my day. And then I felt good about myself because I made her day, she said. So I was like, wow, it felt good to make somebody feel better about themselves. It was nice. Do I like picking up on older women? Not necessarily, but I did that day and it made her feel better. So then again, do I? I think I might. But don't be a sicko. She was super happy. I was happy. I thought she was going to be injured. She got excited, so I don't know what the heck that was about. I guess I gave her an unintentional piggyback ride, and I didn't even. So it worked out for the long run. Thank God, she was not injured. I would have felt like a big time jerk if she was. Seriously, no, I don't like seeing elderly people get injured. I saw my godmother get injured, and this kind of bummed me out. But the hilarious part was before there was a bunch of big-time drinkers hanging out with her. She drank them all under the table. It was hilarious. I was like, damn, you guys really can't drink. You suck. And she goes, because nobody was listening to her, she was like, I want another one. And she spins around with a mug full of beer, slipped on her own beer. And I was like, I was like, hey. She's, it's okay. Just give me another beer and I'll be fine. It reminded me of when in the Longest Yard movie when that comedian Tony is like, another can of corn, give me a can of corn and I'll be fine, can of corn. And she's I just need another Budweiser and I'm okay. And she's like, all right, well, get her a Budweiser. But she ended up really messing up her knee, and that gave me flashbacks. I was like, it was messed up. Now, that brings me to a story of this lady in a mall at a kiosk. I come in, and I was sweating, which was weird because I just got out of the shower. But I guess when you're bigger, freaking still heating up. And I didn't learn that trick back then of after you take a hot shower, you're supposed to cool yourself down with cold water. So I'm sitting there sweating like crazy, and this lady's like, come here, come to me. You, come here. You. Or do you like to be clean? And I was like, yeah, I just got out of the shower. You just got out of shower. You're sweating. I don't know. I don't believe you. It's like, let me see your arm. And she takes my arm and she gets all aggressive, like yanks me. And I'm like, damn, she wasn't even a big lady. So I was like, where do you get this from? She started, I'm going to show you what being clean is. And she starts rubbing the cream on my arm. I was like, got a little nervous because I seen that video of Steve Harvey where they rubbed something on him and he was like, what's in this? And they were like, it's foreskin. I was like, oh, please. So it frightened me. But the good thing was the cream was not red. So I was like, maybe I'm safe. Maybe. But then again, I don't know because it was white. So I was just like, what is this? You don't worry. It has salt from the Dead Sea. So it will help. It will help to clean away all your dead skin because I believe you're very filthy. And I was like, damn, that's messed because I'm sweating. I'm filthy. All right, cool. But So she's rubbing it, and little by little, you see like a pile of dead skin. And I was like, damn, am I filthy? That's messed up. And she's like, you say you take shower. What kind of shower is this? Because I believe you are filthy, and this is disgusting. Look at this. You must take better showers. Do you take showers in dirt? I said, no. I said, how about you even it up? Do the other arm. No, you must buy my product because you like it, you love it, you want it, you need it. I said, look, if you put it on the other arm and it does the same effect, maybe I'll buy it from you. But this lady was sitting here being rude. You're just so filthy. I cannot believe this. And I was like, damn, I ain't never been so disrespected and then bought something from somebody. So she rubs it on the other arm. And sure enough, all kinds of dead skin comes off. And I was like, all right, now this is my time to get over on her. I said, well, thank you very much. I appreciate the 2 clean spots. I'll see you next time. What? No, you must buy this. I told you, you want it, you like it, you love it, you need it. And I said, no, I do not like it, love it, or need it. I need to get to that store and buy a gift for my family member. And she just looked at me like I was nothing but an a-hole. You see, that you cannot afford. I said, I know that I can afford what is in this store. You have a nice night. And she was kind of upset with me, but it was okay because I wasn't going to sit there and be disrespected and then buy her product. Like, come on, lady, what do I look like? My old barber used to be like, he'd call me up and be like, hey, bro, I know you need a cut because it's been a minute, so you're probably looking busted. And then I call him back and be like, nah, I'll stay looking busted. Thanks anyways. But I appreciate you guys. Thank you for the time. Have yourself a very nice night. Thank you, LA School of Comedy. And please make some noise for Sunda.
Oh my God. Notice how he mentioned Mike Sims. Why? Because I was out in the hallway giving him a private lesson, and boy, let me tell you, how funny for this kid. How funny. How brave, and the concept. That's what I was saying to him. You know, sometimes people are listening. In comedy, people get a lot. Where's Anya? Oh, good luck, Anya!
He left a while ago.
No, he didn't.
No, he was just here, yeah.
Like, I don't think he'd be able to hear you. So that's why.
Oh, let me tell you. Clarence Walker heard me in the Union train station. Okay? The phone did not work. And all of a sudden I said, Clarence Walker! And I found him. Isn't that amazing, as you see? Let's all get ready for the comedy of the one and only Mike B. Yes, sir. Mike, you're here tonight. Yeah. Hey, remember me?
Yes.
The fastest Mike in town.
What's up, guys? I feel like you all know each other. So I appreciate you welcoming me in here.
Yes.
I don't usually dress like this.
You look good, man.
Thank you. I know what I look like. I look like I'm going to sell you a timeshare on a cruise. I actually went to Trader Joe's today, and some lady was like, can you help me find the eggs? Oh, I was like, I'm sorry. I could see why you think that, though. I was in D.C. for 4th of July. That was pretty crazy. There were, like, military flyovers every 20 minutes. Super loud. Right over your head, really aggressive. I was like, God damn, am I in Iran right now? This is insane. Like, am I the freaking Ayatollah right now? Holy shit. We went to a museum. We thought it would be a good idea to do some shrooms before we go to the museum, as one does. So we're like divvying it up in front of the entrance, and we hear this guy go, hey! And we're like, oh shit, we just got caught. And then he comes up to us and says, hey, do you mind if I say a quick prayer with all of you? And, we're like, thank God, literally. Go ahead. Do your thing. Do your thing. So, he's like, we gathered together here. Thank you, Jesus. Jesus is our Lord and Savior. We're literally like munching on shrooms, just like nodding our heads. All of us are Jewish too.
So is Jesus.
There you go. So then he leaves and we're like, anyway, back to the drugs. So. I always find it interesting with these Christian demonstrators. Like, there's so many of them with holding their picket signs and stuff, and Jesus saves, Jesus saves. But I'm like, did they really convert anyone? Like, is there anyone that passes by, they go, Jesus died for your sins, and they're like, oh my God, Jesus died I'm gonna change my whole life now. I wonder if there's like a merit system, like you convert 10 people, you get a $20 Chick-fil-A gift card. If it's a Jew, you get double points. Triple for Muslims. I don't know. So when we were in DC, there was a guy with the sign. He's like, Jesus saves, and then he switched to Spanish. Was it like Jesus ayuda or whatever the fuck he said. Salve, yeah, thank you. Salve Jesus. And I was thinking like who can he add to the repertoire? What language can he add? So I looked it up, and the third most spoken language in the U.S. is Tagalog. So how do you say Jesus saves in Tagalog? It's Niga Lilitas, si Jesus. So you gotta be careful with that one. You gotta be a little careful with that one. Don't say it too loud. That's probably why he didn't add it to the repertoire yet. So World Cup's happening now. Thank you so much. I always find it weird how they keep panning to baddies in the crowd. Like, you guys see that? Like, how are they finding those people? Whose job is that? You're telling me someone's getting paid to creep on girls with a camera? Dream job, am I right, fellas? Yeah. I picture FIFA. They're like going to a prison. They go to like the peeping Tom sec. They find the worst guy in there. They're like, how'd you like to get out of this place? We're looking for someone with your unique skill set. Like, what's the catch? You do this job for us. Your sentence disappears. I'm in. That's how it's done. People aren't having kids anymore. Right? They're having pets. And and they're really annoying about it. They're like, oh, my little peanut butter, he's my son. But there's a lot of things you can say about one, not the other, right? Like, oh, that's a beautiful child you have there. Can I pet? Oh, he's a little grumpy, but we just got him neutered. My girlfriend was right. If we didn't grab him, somebody else would have. Love Island is really popular.
Yeah.
Probably not with this crowd. Not really the right age demo.
I've seen it.
Yeah, you're the only one that fits the demo. I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, it's just a bunch of hot people competing against each other. Like, they already won. I'm definitely more of a Love on the Spectrum kind of guy. I watched that show and I'm like, am I one of them? And I think I am, but I'm like just outside the level I need to be like super successful, like Elon Musk, like Mark Zuckerberg, right? Oh, wait, actually, I think I have a third one I wrote. Oh, Mr. Beast. What was I saying? Yeah, so this is my level of autism. I was doing a catering job once, and I hand a nice lady her meal. She says thank you, and then in my brain I can't decide if I should say you're welcome or no problem. So I blurt out your problem. Fuck. So she looks at me with disgust and walks away. Not good. That was not good. I went to the strip club recently for the first time, and I can't can't. I wasn't wearing this shirt, sir. Okay, I looked more in place. But it wasn't for me. I wasn't a big fan. I wouldn't consider myself to be that Jewish, but I did get a lot of anxiety seeing the dollar bills on the floor. I just wanted to scoop them all up. What can I say? If you really want to make me horny at the strip club, you just whisper into my ear that there's a sale going on. I'll come in my pants right away. I guess I am more Jewish than I give myself credit for. I'll have to muster on that one. Well, you know it's kind of tough to be a Jew nowadays.
A little bit.
Yeah. Like growing up, I always felt like I was missing out on the holiday spirit in particular. Like all the kids were talking about Christmas. Meanwhile, I'd come home. My parents were like, Santa Claus isn't real, and this is what happened during the Holocaust. But if you think about it, I think Rudolph was Jewish, right? Big nose. Nobody likes him. And he ends up being in control of the whole operation. So, something to think about. Well, thank you guys.
Well, I never have time for this, and I charge a lot of money.
Where
can
you find me?
Where's your social media?
It's M. Berchansky, Berchansky.
That's a real Jew.
That's the real Jew.
Wait, you stay up here.
Okay.
Let me tell you why. Because I never do this because there's no time. But I think that you're a wonderful comedian, and I think that you are going to do something different. I think you'll take that last part where you're making money, okay, and bring it to the very beginning, talking about Jesus, about Jews, because you don't want to alienate the audience. So now you make a joke about Jesus saves. You should be thinking, and I'm a Jew, and I'm thinking, how is he saving? Is it a CD? How is he saving his money? You know what I mean? You don't want to alienate.
Okay.
Because you could have a pastor in there that room that says, wow, because black people in Baptist church love Jews. They just have, because they're the chosen ones. You know they're the chosen ones. Don't make it unchosen. We got enough shit going on to begin with. So make some money off of it. How can I make money off it? Because once you make fun of somebody, of yourself, it's so much easier to go for it.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, like Jesus saves, everybody else pays by credit card. I don't know,
Yeah.
but you gotta think of something. That last one you did is brilliant.
Thank you.
What was the other one we forgot?
Which one?
You found it at the end.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
Mr. Beast. Yeah.
Yes, that was
Yeah,
great.
so I'll do 3 next time.
But if you don't have to. You don't have to. But like, why would you lose it?
Okay.
The other thing is, what's this about? This is a funny one. Take a look at your tape and you say, and then the guy's like, this is your magnet.
Okay.
Because this is a cheap place. We don't have a lot of nice things. So I want you to, no, I mean it. I'm embarrassed, but this is all I have. You have to use this and let people hear you. It's fun to see you. Right?
Yes.
I appreciate that.
Fucking fun,
Thank
man.
you so much.
You know, just to
Thank
have
you.
some fun. That's why I'm saying you don't have to alienate, but the Muslim thing is fun.
Thank you.
I'm kidding. Mazel tov.
Thank you so much.
Yes. Because, you know, I'm always afraid when I'm flying in case something goes down. I'm always like, Assalamu alaikum, no pork chops, no bacon. Pass the hummus, Muhammad, just in case, you know. Be safe. I'm making that joke only because I was in that brown room. And we do have to do these things again. We have to be allowed to do these things again. We are comedians and we have the right. We're different than everybody else. So we have to do it with class. We got to be classy about it, though. You know what I mean? They're assholes. You know what? You know how it is to hear somebody, like, the world's made us so paranoid. These two guys, they don't mean anything. There's two guys talking in the coffee shop, happen to be Middle Eastern, not Persian, speaking Arabic, and the one guy goes, I don't think that's the tallest building. I think such thing as the tallest building. Now I'm interested, okay? Because I'm like, why are they talking? Isn't that crazy of me? That's so crazy. Because you get like that, and that's why the world has to get undone. They're probably talking about a friggin' building. But I'm from New York City. I live downtown, New York City, bang, bang. That's all you think. You know, you think, when I say 10-7, people don't know what that means. yet. So don't let them forget. In your comedy, you be that Jew. You be that Jew. Be proud. 'Cause don't be there. Look, let me tell you, you get a Jew in the corner and watch what happens. Forget getting a penny. Put a penny up your ass. That's right. The Orthodox will kill you. They'll strangle you with their own payers. Don't mess around with them. I'll tell you who else you don't mess around with. Females in comedy. That's why I want to bring up this next femme fatale. Because she's a star. And we're going to convert her. And I'm kidding. There's an idea though, right? I can have a conversion thing. You have a church going. The Church of Comedy will have going at the same time. It'll be a beautiful thing. But let me just say, she's no Paley. She gets in the sun and we call her Haley. Come up here, beautiful girl. Les, this beautiful, talented woman. Don't be intimidated.
How's everyone doing tonight? Doing good. As Sunda said, I'm Haley. Nice to meet you, everyone. Specifically Mark. Yeah, we are like a family. Everyone does know each other here. So kind of got called out a bit. But so glad you were here. Great setup here. I don't know. I'm here as just anything I can be for Sunda. I'm here as social media intern. I'm here as her as assistant, helping with. Oh my God, Sunda, you're gonna freak out too when you see what Clarence did with the back room. Oh my God, it looks fantastic. You're gonna freak. Yeah, you're gonna freak out. Yeah, I don't. All right, it's getting there. Yeah, I don't really have a lot to say up here.
Somewhere 5 o'clock one morning. You have nothing
I
to
did.
say to us about you. And we went afterwards with the lady that the woman at the Denny's doesn't even know that she's one of our homeless people.
Oh my God, yeah, one of our locals.
Yeah.
Oh my God, yeah. So Clarence, Sunda's cousin, God bless him, came down here to help Sunda with everything, anything he could. And he gets here, what do you say, like 18 hours earlier than he was supposed to. He was supposed to get here at like 11:30 a.m. and he ended up getting here at, I think, like a few days before at or a day before at like 5 a.m. Yeah, so so I drove Sunda out at like 5 a.m. On I think like a Saturday, Sunday. And we picked him up and we went to Denny's after. And I'm getting so much confidence that you're just like yeah. And one lady who was a homeless lady came in to I don't even know what she came in there to, just for like water or something, or I don't even know. Yeah, there was someone who left a coffee on the table. She went and drank it. And yeah, we were just like, wow. And she's one of our locals. So like, yeah, she often visits like the LA School of Comedy, or walks past it. Yeah. So that was a crazy morning. I went home and I slept for like 8 hours. I went right to bed. Oh my God. You could tell by the end of it. You're like, look at this girl. She's going to bed as soon as she gets home. I was like, you caught me. Yeah, that's really all I got.
Did you have fun since you've been doing this stuff?
I'm already going to miss it. Oh my God. Just every week I'm here, I'm like, just wow. Like how lucky am I to like have this opportunity to be here and to be at the LA School of Comedy. Which yeah, right?
Lucky to have you, Haley.
Thank you. I'm just so glad to be here. Yeah.
We don't let you go. Where you going?
I'm a college student back at DePaul, so I'm back in Chicago, and I'm only here for the summer. Wow. Yeah. Thank you for asking. It makes me feel engaged. Yeah.
Engaged, and she looks the part.
Yeah, so thank you guys for being such a great crowd tonight.
Will you bring up Mario?
Of course, yeah.
Tell where to find you. Where can we find
Oh
you?
yeah, I'm on social media at Haley.irl, Hayley. And I'd like to bring up another very, very hilarious comedian who, surprise, I'm still just straw-struck because the last time he was here, he did stand up with a magic show. And you just blended it so flawlessly that it was like just so I had to post it on the Instagram because I'm like, this is amazing. Yeah. It was amazing. So I have no doubt that he will do something else amazing tonight. So I'd like to bring up Junior.
Yeah. Come on.
Wow. Please keep it going for Haley. Yes, keep it going for Haley. We're going to miss Haley. When is your last day, Haley? When is your last day here?
August 22nd.
Okay, so I think we got a couple surprises maybe before she heads home. We're gonna surprise. I've been to Israel. I gotta tell you, I love Israel. Gotta tell you, I've said it once. I'll say it again. Best hummus I ever had was within those walls. Recipe tasted like 1,000 years old. It was delicious. Got to spend 10 days. Went all over the place. Went to the Golan Heights. Went to really all over Rosh Hanikra, and it was beautiful 10 days. Some of the 10 best days of my life, actually. So beautiful Israel. But I got to tell you, yes, we love Israel. My name is Junior Merlino, and I was born and raised in San Diego, California. But I grew up in Tijuana, Mexico, and I'd have to cross the border every single day. And crossing the border every day, you become bilingual very quickly. Yes. I learned Spanish, English, and Border Patrol small talk. Yeah. Border Patrol small talk gets real. Some of the first English I ever learned happened at the border. Car pulls up to the border. Officer knocks on the window. And this really was very young me. I'd say, "Good morning, officer." Officer asks you to roll down the window. You roll down the window. He then asks, "Anything to declare?" And these really were some of my very first English words. I'll never forget this. I said, no declaration, no apple, no banana, no mango. In the back of my mind, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I hope he doesn't check my backpack. I've got 3 bean and cheese burritos, an extra large bag of hot Cheetos, and my cousin Jorge hiding in a Pringles can. I hope he doesn't find that. Made it across safely. By the time I sat down in the classroom, I'd been patted down. Yeah, I'd been patted down, profiled, cross-examined, and interrogated. And that was just by my abuelita, my grandmother, that wanted to check that I had my little lunch for school. But I got it. You know what's driving me nuts? What's driving me crazy right now is that Find My Friends app. You know the Find My Friends app. It's that iPhone feature that allows people to track your every move, know your exact location, like you're an Amazon package. All the women in my life want me to have that on at all times. My girlfriend wants it on. My sister wants it on. My mom wants it on. Even my grandmother wants it on. She's like, "Hijo, I just like knowing where you are in case I need to pray extra hard." Pray extra hard. I turned it off once, just once, and they acted like I got taken by ice. Yeah, 14 missed calls and a group chat titled "Donde está el pendejo?" AKA track his dumb ass. Now I have it on 24/7. I do. I don't have privacy anymore. Find My Friends has turned into Find My Every Movement. I'm one bad day away from wearing an ankle monitor just to keep all the people in my life calm. I really am. Tell you the worst part about the whole thing. Worst part is I can't go to my favorite taco stand because it's too close to the local strip club. No, I can't because the app doesn't say, he must be hungry, Junior. No, it says, what is he doing there near poles and questionable choices? My girlfriend asked me, she's like, Junior, what were you doing there at that taco stand near the body shop for 27 minutes straight? I was like, baby, that's how long it takes. The line was long and the meat is slow roasted. It's like, I'm not here for ass. I'm here for al pastor. I'm not cheating. I'm chewing. Got to tell you, it's summertime, and during the summer, as you can see, I get a little darker. And the darker I get, the more I get confused for jobs I've never done in my life. I'm standing outside of a restaurant, waiting for my car, standing next to the valet stand, when all of a sudden this older lady comes right up to me, hands me her keys, and goes, if the car doesn't start immediately, try jiggling the keys twice. She had follow-up instructions ready. Confident. I was like, ma'am, the valet gentleman will be here momentarily. She got embarrassed quick. You ever see somebody reboot racism in real time? She was like, oh, no, I did a racism. Like, lady, don't feel bad. It could have been worse. You could have handed me the keys and been like, bring the car out front and don't touch the radio. Tell you the craziest one, though, is I'm walking down the street and I'm passing by one of those fruit carts. Everybody know the fruit carts? And the fruit guy had stepped away for like 2 seconds. Don't know where he went. I'm walking down the street. I'm passing by when this older gentleman stops, looks directly at me and goes, excuse me, is this yours? And points to the fruit cart as if I was in the back slicing mangoes moments ago. Yeah. Not even a hesitant point either. Very confident racism. He's like, hey, is this yours? Like he expected me to clock back in. Should have messed with him. Should have been like, see, welcome to Junior's Fruits. Tenemos dos tamaños, 10 y 15. Yes, welcome to Junior's Fruits. We got 2 sizes, 10 and 15. But instead I panicked. I said, no hablo inglés. No English. Which is hilarious because I said it perfectly. Perfect pronunciation, totally fluent, no accent. Guy probably walked away like, damn, they trained those fruit guys well. Now I keep a 6 foot distance anytime. I really do. I keep a 6 foot distance anytime passing by one of those fruit carts, not for health or COVID reasons, but for liability. Because apparently if I stand too close to mango, I become staph. Was traveling a little bit recently. I was in Israel. I was just in Costa Rica for a wedding recently. And traveling through Latin America, I realized how different traveling is in Latin America. Simply, it's very different. It really is. Take the captain, for example. Technically, he speaks fluent English, the captain, but somewhere halfway through his announcement, it turned into a multilingual medley. Captain's like, oh, ladies and gentlemen, bienvenidos a avión 2346, destino United States America, elevation 36,000 pies, please no standing, no vaping, bienvenidos. Always wanted to do that, by the way. At that point, I'm not even sure if I'm on a plane or if I accidentally stepped into a flying taco truck. Yeah, not sure if he's giving safety instructions or he's trying to take my order. Before I can understand what the captain says, the flight attendant gets on the intercom and she's like, ladies and gentlemen, today raffle tickets. Prize 1, tequila. Second prize, tequila. Third prize, middle seat, exit row. Yeah. First time I was on a flight where they're selling raffle tickets. I'm expecting peanuts, not a fundraiser. Yeah. Finally, fine. I'm working on that bit. That's a little new one. But overall, though, I got to tell you guys, I'll leave you with this here very quickly, that we Mexican families don't like going to the hospital. You could be dying, and I could be dying, and my family's like, give it one more day. Mexican healthcare plan. It's been said once, we'll say it again. The Vicks Vapor Rub, 7-Up, a banana, and an app. If that doesn't work, throw in a blanket. Now we're getting serious. Yeah. My name is Junior, guys. You can find me all over Instagram. I have a show on Monday at Flappers. I'm excited, and that's why you may. Yes, Flappers. It's going to be exciting. Main room. Thank you very much, guys.
Wait a minute. You gotta help me.
Yes.
You just have to take this break for the jobs. I mean, jobs I've never done.
Mm-hmm.
Take a beat, babe, because you're Russian and you don't know.
Mm-hmm.
They want to laugh.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm talking about? Just a little bit longer wait.
Mm-hmm.
He has to be just that much longer. If you want to say something, you can.
Yeah.
I agree.
You feel it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That's good.
Because
That's
I want to
advice,
feel
yeah.
that. And the other thing, you got to do something with, now, like gifts,
Mm-hmm.
you see that, something, think about the grandmother, always searching you down and stuff like that. And then you saw you, and you wanted to look, now they're looking at ankle bracelets for my birthday. The ankle bracelets next, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Well, you got to do something funnier with that.
Okay. Got it.
Because it's funny.
Yeah. Yes. Love it.
You would like to cross me, but now you're Bolita. No way. She got me a cross, okay, on my ankle bracelet, my ankle bracelet, because she has to find me. And there's 3 things that got to be one, and the panicked. I love the fact. That's what I'm talking about, especially with the food cart. I want you to know that at least 3 people have asked me about the comedian. Listen to me, man. This is real. I think about you now too. I never thought about it like that. You have to do something with the fruit cart again.
Oh.
Like, when do you ever get bad fruit in the fruit? Like, you're gonna have to do something else because I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I didn't forget about it, but I don't think of like, oh my God, I don't think of Armando Yee in the fruit cart. I mean, Junior in the fruit cart joke. You think about it now when you go to the friggin' fruit cart.
Yes.
You will think about it. He has a bit he does. It's elongated. It's a different bit. It's elongated, but he makes you really think about the fruit. And he does this face when you go like this. You go, When do you get? You do this thing that makes it so. But you're so full of shit because this guy sells the worst fruit. My God, the worst.
Oh God.
Everywhere else is the best, but that is so beautiful. I didn't mean to put you on the spot like that.
Give it up for Sunda Cronquist, everybody.
Yes. Jokes I've never done. I want to do jobs I've never done. I love this. Reboot. What was the other one you did, man? That was fierce. Dude, R&R. Some people R&R. Rest and relaxation. Well, my case, I think it's what did you say again? Reboot races, right? You got some real funny stuff. One thing we're gonna do is tequila, and I thought of a genius thing and I can't remember, so I don't care. All right, I'm gonna do material. I'm kidding. I gotta think of something. I may be in San Diego at the Laugh Factory this weekend, so I'm telling you guys in advance. And anything I can do for you guys that make those trips, I'll see what we can do. Setting up something. You going? I'm going to San Diego this weekend. Yeah. Okay, so then you're gonna call me. And he'll call. I'll introduce you to people. You understand? Got to be in it to win it. And it's, I'm going for, it's a business meeting, of course. I'm going for. I'm still going to have to go on stage. What do I tell you guys? I am not the Laugh Factory's bitch. I'll be at the Laugh Factory again I'll be back to you. And, even though you guys are here and you're watching and a lot of people think about doing comedy and say, I just can't do it, you can. Don't be like me. Don't wait for years. You can, right? Because when I use an example with my big clients, not to, no, you guys aren't big, and I don't mean that at all. I'm talking about people that make a lot of money. I tell them, man, you need to watch this one comedian I have to know what focus is. And when I work with you, I tell you to go into fourth wall. That's when your acting skills come in. Nobody's as focused as you. I've seen people fall through this door, walk in on his set, step, knock down water, and I've seen him continue his set like I've never seen anybody do. He doesn't even address it because his brilliance allows him to know you're going to take my real time. So when you guys want to do, I'm waiting for that heckler. And what you going to do? Now you heckled him back, and now you got the light, and you're talking about, wait, I got to do my set. Wait, I got to do my set. That's your time. So the heckler wins. When you're heckled, they want to be there. When they see people like you, you gonna get, somebody gonna steal you from me, Clarence. I know it. Because when you find a gentleman, you don't know what to do. They don't know what to do when they see a gentleman. And he's a gentleman. I was like, hey, thank you. Yes, give it up for him. He's a gentleman. He really is. So I'm doing a documentary, and he's going to be part of it because he has no choice. He's the only one that witnessed this. Like, who gets stabbed in the same spot twice? They're all looking at him. It was me who got stabbed. I got stabbed twice, same spot. Crazy, right? And I had no witness the first time. And I was telling him about this. He was like, oh, you stupid, you lying. I was like, no, man. I was like, my mother didn't like a liar. And my mother also was no Betty Crocker. Let's take it from the top. She made the most horrible biscuits I ever had in my life. My gums were bleeding. They were called Bisquick. And when I saw my gums bleeding, I was like, I cannot eat this. And I cannot tell her because she's batshit crazy. So I slide it under the table to the dog, so that's cool. She said, how was that biscuit? She said, because this is my first time using this mix. I said, it was good. She said, you want another one? I said, okay. I really didn't want it, but I was like, it's okay, right? So I gave it to Dopey. So my mother came in, she said, Sunda. She said, were you lying to me today? I said, about what? Now I'm in trouble because I must have lied because I'm trying to think about what? About what? You know what she said? I asked you, did you eat those biscuits? I said, yeah, I ate them. She said, are you lying to me? I said, I'm not lying. She said, you're a liar. Ah! And she stabs me with this fork. And she's like, oh, my God, because she stabbed her baby. Like, you know what I mean? I'm in single digits, man, okay? And I'm like, ah. And she's like, ah. And the dog's like, because the dog's like, my gums are bleeding, right? So so never lie to my mother. Just don't, and especially about her food. So I had a little not an eating disorder. I don't know, right? I just couldn't. I didn't eat. I just was skinny. I was like really, really bad skinny. So they're always trying to make me eat. Like now I'm fat, right? No, I'm kidding. No, I can put on some weight. Watch me get pregnant again. That'll be a miracle. Second time around, she makes this meat so hard it tastes like liver. You know when you get beef and it tastes like liver because it was made. But Clarence's other name is Eat 'em Up because all he would do is eat all the time. He would eat everything on his plate. He would eat the design off of the plate. He would eat every freaking thing on his plate. So I took my stuff and I put that stuff in a napkin like I normally do and slip it around somewhere so y'all could put that in the garbage. And she turned around. She said, did you eat that meat? And I was like, yeah. So Clarence looked at me like, because, he's a man of God. He's always like, why are you lying? You know what I mean? And I was just like, 'cause I'm scared of this bitch. Okay, Clarence, she's crazy. I can't tell you anything. I can't do anything tough fast. My mother said, did you eat that meat, Sunderland? And I said, she said, you lying? So Clarence was sitting it. My mother said, oh, she found it. And she said, you lied. Woo! And she got the fork in the same spot. And we're talking like, that was like 8 years apart. And Clarence's face, I'll never forget. She was like, Clarence ate everything on his plate. He always eats everything on his plate. He eats the sunflowers, the sun seeds, everything. So that's going to be in there. That's going to be a part in there. And I'm going to tell you why I decided to use it. Not because I'm a victim. No, I'm kidding. But because Daryl Hammond from Saturday Night Live, this gentleman up here, Daryl Hammond, the pain that comics go through to be a comedian, the pain you go through to be funny. His mother stabbed him in his tongue with a knife. That's talk about forked tongue. Kidding. But is that a crazy story? So if you don't believe it, take a look at the documentary. It's fantastic. If you guys haven't watched my special, why not? You know what my family told me? Girl, I put that on. It said $4.99. I ain't paying no money to see you. I can call you. $4.99 to see Sunda. Listen, can I hold some change? Can I hold some change? Oh my God. I love Patterson, but it can stay there. And my honest to God, I don't want to. I'm going through a phase right now. When you want to break up with friends that you've been friends with over 50 years, like, what can you do? And who could tell you no? Who's going to check me? I just don't want to be with you anymore. I don't want to be around you anymore. You're not fun anymore. Like, after the first joint, now what? What are we going to talk about? Remember when? When a conversation gets back to remember when? And it's always on me. I got a phone call from a relative. They're in Martha's Vineyard with the Obamas. I get a text message. Sunda, how many years did you drive without reverse? And I wrote 3. And then they wrote back, and remember the hood of your car wouldn't stay down in the hatchback. What year was that? And then I realized, you're on vacation and you're talking about me. Like, I'm the last person I would think about. I had no reverse, and I drove like that. I met so many men. But Israelis are the craziest, so let's share. This is my sharing moment about David. When you watch my act, there's a David in my, who loves my mother, by the way. Loved my mother, because she was a good person. She's crazy. David is a jealous Israeli. There's nothing worse. Latinos got nothing on Israelis. Nothing. I'm with a crazy one, man. I thought we were getting married for $36,000. No, he's like, I don't want to get married for money. I want you to marry me. I'm coming. I'm going to finish this. You're right. I'm trying to lead this guy. I just have to tell you this. He is so crazy that he's stalking me, and I found out because the hang-up call stopped at sundown on Friday. That's a whole part of my other act, but that's not the point. He got a flat tire on the Jersey friggin' Turnpike because he was coming to stalk me from Brooklyn. So I have to help him. I know. And in my head, I think I could go over this on the highway, this bump, and make a U-turn, because I've done this stuff before with a truck, but I get caught by the cops, and it's the state troopers. So I tell the guy, it's a brother too, his name was Michael Brown. He had beautiful eyes. I don't like no green-eyed niggas, you know that. So, but he had brown eyes. But anyway, he's like, ma'am, do you realize what you just did? And I go, oh, please, officer, please don't give me a ticket. My cousin's here. He's from out of the country, and he had a flat tire. He goes, I'll escort you, and I'll call for backup. And I'm like, oh, my God, because I know David is crazy. He's always accusing me of cheating. Always. I'm not cheating. But this cop is standing there, 6'4", full of muscle, and he's like, so, sir, can I have it? David looks at him and goes, don't touch me. Are you fucking her too?
Oh my God.
Who says this to the cop? Who says this to the state trooper? A brother, no less. I just say he was my brother. So I go out on a date with the state trooper. And his name was Michael Brown. It was very nice. And you guys have been really delightful. And I hope you watch the show. And I hope you follow us. And thank you for that like, Clarence Walker. And good night. Boom. Tell me when we're off.